you guys. Happy Thursday. It is a snow day here for us. I don't know about you guys, but it also didn't snow here. So we cleaned the basement and we've made some cookies and we're gonna make some more cookies. But right now we're gonna eat lunch, and we're eating kind of a late lunch because we ate a late breakfast. And I'm making queso. And I started to make it, and then I thought, you know what, this would be a good video because it's really easy to make. But it's also one of those things that people just don't seem to make on their own very much. You know, you can get it at a restaurant, or just don't get that jar. It's really easy, okay? So since I'd already started, I have this pot. I think it's 2 quarts or 2.5. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter in there, and I'm going to reheat that. And then I'm going to put like a couple tablespoons of flour in there. And we've done cheese sauces together before, and it starts out a lot the same. The difference is in the spices. Okay, and so when we do a cheese sauce, what's the rule, right? This is a silicone coated whisk. You have to cook that flour for a minute, okay? Just to kind of get the rawness out of it. It wants to toast a little bit in that butter. And you know, you don't really need to use the flour, but it kind of helps stabilize the sauce, okay? Now, the other thing that is kind of like the secret weapon in queso is cream cheese, okay? We're going to use cream cheese in addition to the regular cheese, and that is going to give it some stability, all right? And don't worry, my kids are going to get some, like, carrots and cucumbers and lettuce and stuff, too. So we're not just eating cheese for lunch. So let me get that. Let's foam up a little bit. And then just like the other cheese sauces, we're gonna add some milk. I got 2 cups of milk. And we're gonna wait for that to go. We're gonna turn up the heat a little bit, because even though we don't wanna boil the milk, but we do want it to get hot. And we want it to get hot pretty quickly. And then as soon as this kind of boils, we're going to throw in the cheese. We're going to throw in the cream cheese. We're going to hope there's enough space in this pot. And I'm going to add, I'm going to add the spices probably now. Oh, look. I have a new garlic powder. I used it all, but not making Chex Mix at Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to add like maybe not even a half. Yeah, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And like a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin, okay? And a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. You know, I love my smoked paprika. Now, you could add like a little can of diced chilies to this. My kids would absolutely mutiny if I did that. So I add it in powdery form, as I do many things. And I'm also going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of granulated onion, okay? So that was smoked paprika, cumin, garlic powder, and onion powder, okay? And we might add, I'm going to add a little bit of salt too, because even though there's salt in cheese, that cream cheese is going to, so add like a 1/2 teaspoon of salt too. So that now the milk is kind of, it's still not really doing much. I'm going to kick it up a little bit more. So once this sauce starts to thicken up, again, it's just like any other cheese sauce. Once it starts to thicken up, we're going to dump all the cheese in. We're going to give it a good stir. Use something that is like a firm scraper, because it's going to, cheese sauce gets pretty thick. Like after I put the cheese in, I'm going to take out this whisk. I mean, the birds are very happy with the loose, soft ground. So the cat and the dog, I've been spending a lot of time watching them. Sorry, I'm just waiting for this to come up, to boil, to do its thing. But yeah, what a disappointment. We had 100% chance of snow, and this is just, weather in the Mid-Atlantic. For anybody who likes to make fun of us, I like to tell them about when I was in middle school. And Fairfax County got a new superintendent who was from Buffalo and thought we were ridiculous for closing school all the time. And then we ended up one afternoon, or one morning, it started snowing and they didn't cancel snow. And we ended up getting 18 inches of snow, and there were children who spent the night in cafeterias with their teachers. I made it home that night about 7 o'clock at night. So every now and then we get hit really hard and don't even know it's coming. But most of the time they tell us it's coming and it doesn't. Anyway, not today. It's a shame too. I mean, you know, the kids would love to have a snow day. The last time it snowed, they had to do virtual school, which seems like the opposite of what we should be doing. But anyway, you know, the school can't predict the weather any more than we can. They're just trying to keep everybody safe. All right, so my sauce, you know, they say it kind of needs to coat the back of the spoon, but you can feel it. It starts feeling more like a thin gravy. There's a little more resistance to your whisk. Okay, it's starting to kind of boil a little bit along the edges, and I don't want it to stick and burn. So I'm going to turn it down and throw in my cheese. Now this is 4 cups of cheese, like, you know, mixed cheddar-y Mexican kind of cheese. And at this point we can just turn off the heat. Oh goodness, I don't know if my pan is big enough. And I'm going to throw in this cream cheese. Oh, sorry, so it was a block of cream cheese that you kind of cut in little pieces so it melts a little faster. I am just going to give this a very firm but gentle stir because, I mean, you see I probably used too small a pot. The heat is off, and so you just kind of need to keep stirring it until it's smooth. It's like melting chocolate. I did that earlier too. We made some of those cookies that you make with like the chow mein noodles with the chocolate and the peanuts. They're so good. Yeah, so I'm just stirring this to get all those chunks out, and you know, that's kind of it. And then I might actually even, here, I'm going to turn it up just a little bit, just to low, just to get all these little chunks out. And then, you know, as I said, if you want to, you can mix in some salsa or some little, you know, diced chilies, like that really small can, you know, the one that's like this big. And that's it. You know, if it seems too thick to you, like this seems kind of thick to me, I might add some more milk. And you can do that at the end. Or you can add some beer. That's what, you know, the Martha Stewart recipe has beer in it. But this is mostly for my kids. I'm not going to give them beer cheese today, even though it might make them sleep. We don't really need to you know, sedate them. They're pretty sedate already watching TV in the newly cleaned basement. Have a wonderful afternoon. I hope, you know, you find something to do with yourselves today. Bye.